Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're doing a garden update tour video to show you the changes. We should have done one sooner because there's been so many changes in the last, I think it was a month since our last video. So today is July 19th and we're going to take a look around and show you the progress in this garden. So come on. Starting with our massive zucchini plants here. These things are huge.
Massive.
Like 3 feet high. There's a lot of good zucchinis.
Yeah, there's some starting there.
Starting here, this is a yellow one. This one we could probably pick pretty soon. This one.
Pick it. Pick that sucker.
Okay. You know, I hate picking these because I'm scared I'm going to rip them in half because it's happened. There we go. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Perfect eating size, hey?
Yeah, we'll probably eat that.
Let's put it up to the side.
Okay. Oh, buddy. These are our pumpkins. 3 pumpkin plants here.
Huge.
If you remember from last time, they're growing off onto the grass, which is fine. We gave them lots of space. We've made a mistake in the past of kind of putting things too close together and not giving them room, because it's hard to like see the future and see like how much they're going to take over. But from past experience, we've learned that leave a lot of room. So we've left lots of room for them, and we'll have a nice little pumpkin patch. Charlie Brown can come here and find the great pumpkin and stuff.
Yeah, like this zucchini plant is like way
This
bigger.
one's really tall.
Like,
this is the tallest one.
yeah.
It's like 4 feet tall or something.
It's over 4 feet tall.
This is a green one, and there's actually a lot of green zucchinis in here.
Oh yeah, there's tons.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's a good variety of green and yellow zucchinis that we have going on. So here's some potatoes at the end here. These ones are still kind of small, but these ones are huge. They're flowering. And the flowers are so pretty. But that means if it's flowering on top, that means that they're growing tubers beneath the soil, so it's a good sign when they flower. And Greg told us that, but we did look it up and verify his information.
How about those beet leaves?
He's telling the truth. Yeah, these beets, these are the biggest beets I've ever seen.
Me
Like,
too.
Never seen
Huge.
beets get this big. Like, and there's some beets that are already like massive in here. These at the end, like I did reseed part of the rows, but you can actually see at the end here. So see, look at that one.
Look at
Look at that one.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh, yummy.
big sucker.
It's like my favorite thing is these red beets.
Beets are so good. They're just so earthy and delicious. We like steam beets, eat them with like butter and dill, or we like actually pickle our own beets too. And there's a whole other row of beets. Why am I out of breath? I tried to talk really fast and say it all at once. Here is another zucchini plant. This one's a green one too. And there's lots of little ones in here. Like, I mean, there's one in here that I should probably pick. This one. Well, no, it's a little small. But these are good for cutting up. We had some last night. We just
Yeah.
cut them up, fried them in some
Leave it
garlic.
for like probably be like twice the size tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Tomatoes. Roma tomatoes.
Roma tomatoes, there's tons of them.
Doing great.
Yeah. Gotta kind of get in there, but hard to see. But yeah, they're doing really good.
I don't remember if we had these nice tomato cages in the last video. Did we?
And they're a determinate variety of Romas are generally determinate, so you don't really prune too much. You just kind of let them go.
Okay.
This is a tomato plant that I got from a coworker. Her name is Michelle. And I'm not sure, she gave me like a black Roma tomato plant and then some kind of like zebra tomato plant. So I'm not sure which one this is, but it's coming along. It's got some little tomatoes.
Is this the other one then she gave you?
Yeah, and this is the other one, and it's got some like wild looking tomatoes on it.
That's the
They look like-
zebra.
Oh yeah, this
This
must
has got,
must
like,
this must be like the zebra bread. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool. Those are our bell peppers. So they will grow. It's weird how they grow. They kind of grow like upside down. It's weird. But yeah, they haven't really grown yet. We'll keep
They
an eye
will.
out for those. They will.
Yeah. These are the Abe Lincolns. They're like 5 feet tall.
These are massive.
I don't know. It's the first year of growing these tomato plants. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on them, but lots of tomatoes.
Yeah, there are lots of tomatoes. We'll see how many we get.
Yeah.
And these are the brandywines, which are nice. I mean, I don't know if have we ever grown brandywines? We have. Right?
We grew like 2 plants, I think, a couple of years ago, and the flavor is amazing.
Yeah.
Their brandywines are one of the largest variety of tomatoes. But both of these tomato, like the Abe Lincolns and the brandywines, I cut them back. So like I trimmed off a lot of branches off of them. It was-
He's in charge of tomatoes.
Yeah.
I don't get involved. This is our dill that we're gonna use for pickling, and we like to put dill in like salads. It's good for when you're like harvesting from your garden, like you want to eat like a salad from your garden. If you chop up some dill and put it in there, it's always good. It's good in everything. Dill is just an amazing fresh flavor. My shoes are getting heavier and heavier.
Oh, salad down there. There's some like,
Yeah.
oh sorry, not salad, lettuce.
Yeah.
Some lettuce down there
Lettuce came
after the
out.
dill. Yeah.
Good. We've got our peas here.
Peas?
Yeah, these are our peas. All the pods are like formed. They just have to fill out now, so they're not ready to eat yet. But I wonder if you could use like a thin pod like this in like a stir fry. That'd be like a snow pea or something.
Don't know.
But we probably won't waste them that way. We want to use them when they're in their full glory. This is our cucumber garden. No cucumbers yet, but still waiting. The sunflowers have come up nicely in behind, which provides them with like shade. So that's good for them to have shade. They don't like to be in the just bright, direct sun. Here's a rhubarb that I put in. This one, I put in 2 rhubarb plants. I put in this one from like a root, it's basically like a bulb you put in the ground, and then it came up from that. And then I have a plant that in the other part of the garden that I planted that was like a bulb and a plant. We'll see which one does better. Oh, and I see a cucumber. There's a cucumber.
There's a little guy.
Little tiny one. This is the white variety.
Move that leaf aside.
You see it?
There's a little guy, yeah.
Yeah. That's the white one. Martini white or something? What does it say?
Martini white.
Yeah, martini white. So, I don't know what that means, if the flesh or the skin is just white. We'll see. Here's our pet cemetery with the beautiful marigolds and a number of graves, both marked and unmarked.
There are a number of unmarked graves here.
Yeah.
We've had some also friends that have wanted to and have had buried their animals here. So yeah,
Yeah, because I think
we
Darcy's,
take care of it.
one of Darcy's cats is in here.
Yeah, Tom's dog is in here.
Yeah, Nina, our pit bull,
Yeah.
which we talked about. We got Gary, the budgie.
Gary the Budgie, yeah. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Yeah, fly high.
We have to get Vinny to paint that, but it did say R.I.P. Gary, fly high.
Yeah, it's cute.
Cute, huh?
That was Gracie, right?
I think
Or no,
so.
not Gracie.
No, not Gracie. The hairless Sassy.
Sassy. That was Sassy. A cat. Is it
She's a
like a
hairless cat.
Cornish?
Cornish
Rex.
Cornish Rex, which is not
Cat.
really hairless. It's just
No.
very, very short fur.
Yeah.
But she was gorgeous. She was such a sweet baby. These are some coleases that my mom gave me, and I just put them in this pot just for an extra addition to the garden. We've got our spaghetti squash section with all the little mini squashes forming.
Yeah, this is pretty invasive, this spaghetti squash scene here. And this fence we put up to like separate the spaghetti squashes from cucumbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like, man, these things are like everywhere.
If we wouldn't have done that, it would have been a nightmare
Yeah.
because they would have been just all involved with the
And like, look at all of the flowers. Like, is there gonna be like 500 spaghetti squashes? I'm not sure.
So.
They are delicious and they keep for a long time.
Kirby's sister Jackie and her husband Dave had, I think, one spaghetti squash plant, and they got tons of squashes off of it. So we've got 3. I'm hoping we'll get like, I'd be happy with like 10. I don't know. I just want to make my own spaghetti squash.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go this way. We've got kale. These are the most beautiful kale plants on this end here. This is so beautiful, like healthy, and got some sweet potatoes here. Kirby did convince me to put in this shavings to hold in the moisture.
Straw.
Oh yeah, straw. Sorry. So it's been doing a good job of that. So I was against it, but I relented. And it's probably right. It's probably good. Yeah, the flowers in the bench are doing really well. These are kind of at the end of the, Portulaca is kind of at the end of its life.
When you got this thing from your mom, right? What is this?
Yeah, I showed that already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the coleases. Yeah, she grew those from seed. She grows most of her stuff from seed. I put this jade plant out here because it had bugs on it, and I thought it was dying, but now it looks like it's getting all new, fresh leaves. So all these old leaves are probably just gonna get tossed out, and it'll come back in the winter. We've got these 2 brandywines here that have there's a lot of big tomatoes on them.
Yeah, need to like take off some of these yellow branches.
Yeah.
Kind of neglected those ones.
They're kind of, out of sight of mind back here.
Yeah.
And these are these beautiful wildflower seeds that Greg gave us, our friend Greg. And they're just coming into bloom, so it's super pretty. I put way too many seeds in there. I thought, I'm just gonna throw a bunch in there and maybe some of them will come up. Well, they all came up, but it's beautiful.
It is really nice.
And here's our little 9 grapes.
It's gonna be good next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be good next year. That's the only real section of grapes. But yeah, I don't know how grapes work, but I think they've come in real strong this year in their foliage. So I'm thinking next year they'll be more established and we'll get more grapes. That's what my tiny pea brain is telling me. And here's some really pretty planters I planted. I was happy with how they turned out. I love these things. I can't remember what they're called, but they're so pretty. And then, of course, marigolds, which are my favorite. And then here's a surprise dill that came out, reseeded itself. I always leave those when they come up.
Yeah, these are really nice.
They're so pretty.
Yeah.
They come in a lot of colors too. They're very pretty.
That's our subway table.
The subway table, we should put a plant on here. Because my mom said it needed a plant. So I put a plant on it. And this garden, which it doesn't look very good. These yarrows though, these are like, what would you call it? Like cultivated yarrow? It's not wild yarrow. It's like a cultivated yarrow species.
Domesticated yellow.
Domesticated, there we go. Yeah, so they come back every year. Pretty. Here's another dill. The dill just coming up everywhere. This is what I was talking about before when I said I put some rhubarb in here. This is the plant. So this was already a plant when I put it in here. And to be honest, the root and the plant, you wouldn't be able to tell.
It's like, what is that
difference.
color all about? It's
I don't know.
It's like on fire.
I've been cutting off the bottom leaves because they've been getting that color on them. We saw this already. Got our daisy garden. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about these yet. These are the peppers from Greg.
Oh yeah, these are the Anaheims.
Yeah, these are
These I got from my buddy Greg. What are these? Sweet something? Sweet heat?
Sweet heat. Yeah.
I doubt there's any heat, but we'll call it a sweet.
But they're doing really well.
Yeah, like tons of peppers.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Really nice.
Yeah.
We got Linda gave us this fire pit, which is amazing.
My dad bought that for her.
Yeah.
That's my stepmom, is Linda.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
So that's nice to have in here. These are camomiles, which are seem like they're kind of like petering off of their season.
Yeah.
But it's
So
also.
do you harvest any of this?
No.
No?
I didn't. No, I should harvest more of it. They do open their petals up in the sun, so
Yeah.
that's when you'd want to harvest them. So, and then yeah, the chives are done. Here's another dill. Some more kale that we put in here, and then here's a butternut squash that is not
It's not the happiest,
not
eh?
liking life at all.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Wouldn't be putting one there next year.
No. This is the surprise garden, which is super cool. It looked like it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, it was like looked like it was in rough shape, eh?
Yeah, nothing was really coming up, but then all of a sudden random stuff I planted came up, but also like that dill, which was reseeded itself from last year, came up. And then a whole bunch of cilantro came up here, and on the other side the onions,
Mm-hmm.
which was cool.
Yeah, I've got these onions from Greg too, and never actually had onions that look this good. So we'll see what they look like
Yeah,
at the end of the season.
they look really good. There's 3 different varieties in there. And yeah, there's another dill in here. So it's cool. Hey, there's a dill in the middle of my marigolds over here too. The dill came up everywhere. This is, we're going to call this the carrot bed. Well, the cats have been digging in here constantly. So I've been replanting the carrots, but it's at the point where they kind of just avoid this now because there's enough. They don't like to like walk around where there's plants. So now there's enough plants in here, they kind of leave it alone. So yeah, that'll be our carrot garden. These are the pole beans. Not producing any beans yet, but sure we'll get some beans out of there.
A little bit of burn on them. Not sure what that is,
Is
but
that burn maybe fertilizer? I didn't.
Yeah.
Fertilize. I don't think I fertilized that though. I don't know.
well, typically that would be fertilizer, but
Maybe there's too much. There was a lot of manure in this garden. It was just too much for the beans.
it's like talk about these raspberries. I had these in my breakfast this morning, and they were delicious.
Yeah. Well, these raspberries are pretty much the first plants that were ever in this garden. And I didn't really know a lot about gardening or plants at that time. And there's 2 different varieties of raspberries here. And you're not supposed to put 2 different varieties of raspberries together like this. So that was something I learned later. And this raspberry bush is huge but not producing a lot. So it'll probably produce next year. We just have to look it up how to properly cut it back. I don't know, I screwed something up in that.
Ton of bees in there.
Yeah. Ton of
Always, yeah.
bees. And there's this spaghetti squash that wants to be a raspberry. Came up in here. And down here, look at this.
Yeah, grab that thing. Show. Let's see that.
This
Where you decided to just make your way over there from over here.
The world.
It's taking over the world.
This one
Dr.
is,
Evil. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah, this is Dr. Evil. Look at this.
Oh, there's another.
It's like, okay, I'm just gonna make a melon, right? Not a melon. Squash right
A
there.
squash.
I always want to call them melons. Yeah. So that's that.
All right.
That's that.
The sun's going down.
We're losing light. Here's the herb garden. Some sage, parsley, thyme, oregano, little rosemary that hasn't gotten any bigger than when I put it in there. So I don't know if it just doesn't like the parsley or it's just like
Yeah.
it doesn't want me to succeed in life. I'm not sure. We had giant lettuce that we put in at the beginning of the season.
We
but-
ate a bunch of it.
Yeah,
It
and
was delicious.
It's done now, so we took it out so
Yeah.
that the kale would have more room and stuff. So there's more kale here. And there's more butternut squash.
I don't understand the yellowness of these things.
I'm not sure. I
But,
don't know why it's doing that.
We'll see. Like it's sort of creeping down and it looks healthier down there, but
Yeah, it looks healthier down here. So maybe this part's getting all the energy and that part's not. So we should cut off some of this.
I don't know. Maybe
It's possible.
some basil.
Basil.
We've used a ton. We've used a bunch of that already.
Yeah, it's good to put in salads and
Yeah.
stuff. We've got our 2 rolling compost bins that we fill up.
Yep.
Kirby.
Thank you, Sierra, for my compost reminders every day.
Yeah, thank you, Sierra, for helping us fill these up. And we'll be able to use that for sure in the
Yeah.
garden. Compost is so healthy to put in your garden. Here's Kirby's pepper plants.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. These are kind of sad, but next year they're not going to go into these bins. They need smaller pots. They don't like big containers. But there are a bunch of peppers. So like these Scotch bonnets,
Yeah,
there's a bunch of there's a bunch of peppers on these suckers, but you know, learning experience.
You live, you learn.
You live, you learn. But I did this last year and I didn't learn. So,
Well, now you
oh,
have
look
a
at that
video.
sunset out there.
Now you have a video, so you can't say you don't remember.
Cool.
YouTube, you're gonna have to remind Kirby.
Please.
Don't put the peppers in there. Yeah, there's some pepper over here in these pots. These ones look a lot healthier.
Jalapenos. Yeah, because they like the pots.
Yeah.
That's why.
Some weeds.
They don't like big places to grow. Oh, look at all these guys.
I just have wild
They
strawberry.
look good.
This is a little perennial garden that I put in the last video you probably saw. I think all we had in here, maybe I had the rose bush, the cactuses, and then there was some chives over here, but I took all that out. I tried to just fill it up, like to be cost effective with like weeds and stuff from the yard. Like this is a weed, but it's really pretty. It produces like a pretty yellow flower. Some people call them like buttercups. And yeah, it's just a bunch of random
It's
stuff.
not the most attractive looking thing, to be honest, but
When you can see yellow flowers, it'll look really pretty.
yeah. Yeah, look at that sunset over there.
We're losing light. We gotta show the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
These are the super sweet 100 variety. Tons of
Lots of tomatoes.
lots of tomatoes in here.
Yeah.
Once they turn red, we'll be able to eat them.
Yeah. Got a lot of like yellowing on them, but I don't know. Usually I like to trim these off. So I haven't gotten to it, but I will.
Branch is falling.
These are like more lanky and kind of all over the place.
Still
So
a lot of-
let's go see my favorite cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomato plants. These guys are like super compact. What are they called? What is
Chinese